So I saw a comment the other day saying, hey, I hate it when these YouTubers say that this fragrance is going to get you a compliment. In my experience, there is no guarantee. In fact, I never get compliments. Another one was even more direct. The idea of wearing a fragrance to get compliments is stupid. I wear a fragrance for myself, to hell what other people think. Now I have to admit, that second guy, he has a solid point. A man should, first and foremost, wear a fragrance for himself. This fits right along with the research we talk about here at Real Men Real Style, coming out of the field of enclothed cognition. When a man owns his image, when he owns his style, and scent is a part of that, well, a man that does this feels more confident. He feels more secure in himself. He walks taller. He stands upright. He comes off as a better version of himself. In fact, a 2012 study clearly demonstrated that scented men came off as more confident, rated themselves as more attractive, and were found by people that looked at their photograph, that watched them in a video, to be more attractive. And that last part's key, because if you're looking at a video of a guy, you can't smell him. So then what's going on here? Well, the answer, it's obvious because we see it in the real world, and that is when you take the time to present your best self, well, you're more likely to behave and act as that person. But let's get back to that first comment. Obviously, the guy here is probably wearing something, but he isn't getting any love. Now, as a guy that loves and wears fragrances, I can tell you I get compliments all the time. And my number one secret, which I'll get to in a minute, isn't that I overspray. But that is a point I need to bring up. People can't compliment you on your fragrance if they can't smell it. Now, in general, when a guy's just starting out, I recommend 2 to 3 sprays in the chest area, enough to be discovered, but not enough to announce you when you walk in the door. I also think you should underspray if you're going to be traveling, if you're going to be on an airplane, or riding public transportation. We don't want to choke people out. But if you know your routine, if you understand your fragrance and how it projects, well, honestly, I've got nothing against the guy that puts on a little bit more. Now, again, understand the difference between under-applying and over-applying is a fine line, and it often depends on your situation and the fragrance that you're wearing. Light, clean, refreshing fragrances, like citruses and masculine florals, those you can easily wear a little bit more of. Woody, earthy, vetiver-based fragrances, those are relatively safe as well. Fragrances that are really sweet, contain notes like vanilla, cinnamon, caramel, or chocolate. With these, you're going to want to be careful. They can easily overproject, although they're so crowd-pleasing most people won't mind. Now, with sweet tobaccos or really spicy fragrances that tickle the nose, with these, you got to be careful. I personally love them, but not everyone's going to go for them. Now, some of you guys may be thinking, well, I've got a great fragrance that I love, but it's friggin' expensive. Well, gents, if you're looking for a more affordable option when it comes to fragrances, then you are going to love today's sponsor, Dua. Now, gents, when you go over to Dua's website, what you're going to find is a wide range of beautiful scents inspired by some of the best-selling, most popular, and most expensive fragrances out there. So if you love Creed Aventus, but you don't love that price, not only do they have a variation of it, but depending on the batch number, they've got variations. Or if you want something that's close to the Aventus Cologne, they've got that. If you want something close to the Aventus Absolute, they've got that as well. Now, recently added to my collection is the beloved 1722. This fragrance is inspired by Serjoff's Louis XV 1722. It's a rich, beautiful, complex fragrance. But I'll tell you what I really love about Dua are the hybrids. So this fragrance right here is absolutely amazing. Caribbean Leopard. This is a hybrid fragrance inspired by Bulgari's Tiger and Creed's Virgin Island Water. It's a beautiful citrus fruity aromatic. And what's even more interesting if you're into tech is that they used AI to actually blend the notes and bring this fragrance into reality. Now, if you're looking for a fragrance that's understated yet beautiful, a nice floral woody, you want to check out Dua's Hidden Gardens. Now, this fragrance was inspired by Fleur's masterpiece, Father Figure. Lush, vibrant, beautiful. Guys, I love this one. And they've also just released 3 limited edition fragrances. They've released Turin 21. This is a fragrance inspired by Serjoff's Torino 21. They've also released this beautiful one, Shimmering Dunes, which is inspired by the Spirit of Dubai's Ramal. And last but not least, we got Dua's Sacred Devotion. This is a beautiful, fruity floral fragrance inspired by Anne Foss's Is Chic. Again, gents, love this brand. I love how they make beautiful fragrances affordable for you guys. And to make it even more affordable, to make sure you always get the best deal, use that link in the description of today's video with that discount code. Seriously, gents, don't miss this deal. It's not going to last forever. Now, I promise to reveal my secret for getting compliments. If that is your thing, if you want people to say good things about you, guys, it starts with you. You got to start saying good things about other people. I know this seems obvious, but it's the law of reciprocity. You simply give compliments. Guess what? People give them back. And if you're thinking, oh, it's not going to feel the same as an unsolicited comment that came out of nowhere. No, it feels really good whenever you are saying nice things about other people, and they don't always compliment you back. But if you're constantly being friendly, being open, throwing out, genuine compliments to people, well, over time, especially if you see the same people again and again, they're going to start saying nice things to you, nice things about you. In fact, I know at my daughter's ballet studio, I am known as the great smelling, the great looking dad. Whenever anyone finds out what I do, they're like, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. But seriously, be open, be friendly. And guess what? When you look like you can receive a compliment, people are more likely to give you one. If somebody looks intimidating, if somebody always has a scowl on their face, if you've got your arms crossed and you never speak to anyone, why would somebody come up and give you an unsolicited comment? I mean, you are setting up barriers. And let's face it, this is how most guys are behaving in and around people they don't know. Just smile, act like people like you, and guess what? They will. I mean, within reason. And for me, the formula is simple. First up, I have open body language. I try to dress well, and I try to smile whenever I make eye contact with people. I say hello, I open doors, and I just try to be a friendly person. And believe me, when you do little things like that and you compliment somebody on how they're dressed, you compliment somebody on their performance, how they did, well, they are going to start looking for a way to be able to pay you back. Now, I alluded to this earlier, but in general, if you choose sweeter fragrances, these are really easy for people to pick up on. In general, people like notes like vanilla. They also do well in a wide variety of situations. Maybe vanilla is a bit overbearing in the summer, but definitely during the winter, the cooler fall months, these notes are easy to pick up. And to be straight up, guys, the most popular fragrances out there, they're popular for a good reason. Just people love them. They're crowd pleasing. So sticking with fragrances that have crowd pleasing DNA that are easy to find, these in general are going to be the fragrances that are going to probably get you the most compliments because yes, even though somebody else maybe in the office is wearing it, guys, because of your natural scent, which we all have one, because of the pH balance of your skin, it's going to come off slightly different. And when you smell good and you're open to receiving compliments, guess what? They will start to come in. Now, really quick, I know some of you guys are thinking, Antonio, I don't know how to choose a fragrance. I don't trust myself. So this is a big area that you do need to overcome because nobody else can choose a great fragrance for you better than you can. The reality is human beings can naturally pick up which fragrances work with their own scent. In fact, if you take the time to try a lot of fragrances, find one that you just feel works, gives you confidence, well, it's just going to enhance, it's going to work with your natural scent. And together, they're going to work in harmony. Now, the opposite of this is when you're gifted a fragrance by someone that's well-meaning, maybe a girlfriend, maybe your mom, and you try it, but you just don't like it. Well, in that case, there's a reason it stays in the cabinet. It just doesn't work for you. But when you find one that does, even yes, if it's a sweet tobacco, maybe it's a vetiver, it's something that you maybe feels a bit challenging, but if you like it, guess what? Again, it's going to affect your confidence. You are going to feel better. You're going to walk taller. And that right there is just going to help you look better, come off as more confident, come off as more self-assured. Now, what about finding a signature scent? So this is the one fragrance that you go to and you wear again and again. If you can think of it like branding, this is something whenever people smell it, they are going to think of you. Well, personally, as a guy with over 700 fragrances in his collection, this just ain't going to happen. I'm constantly experimenting, trying new fragrances, and I probably have 100 that I really like that I enjoy wearing in different seasons for different events. But gents, if you're out there, you're trying different ones and you find that one that just seems to work for you, then go for it. There's nothing wrong with going to one fragrance or maybe 2, 3, but you can keep it really simple. Just make sure that what you wear makes you feel good. Give compliments. They will come back to you. All right, Jen, so what'd you think? What I missed? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to know what the top 10 fragrances are for men here in 2025, boom, I got you covered. Guys, let's, whittle it down. There are thousands of options out there, but you want to get down to a few. Yeah, I got you covered in this video. Boom, right here. Check it out.